I would say if you've already started a business, don't try and do it all yourself because unless you really want to be a complete solo entrepreneur, if you can afford to have help, then you should because it'll just make you much more productive. Absolutely.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another exciting episode of Sphere Rocket Podcast Network, your go to destination in exclusive conversations with the brightest minds in business. I am your host, Sweet, and today we have a very special guest with us. She is the founder of First Hand Research with over 25 years in the finance industry, including investment banking, management, and fintech. She is the leader in disruptive ideas like NFTs and decentralized finance. She is also the author of Don't Buy the Bull and host of a podcast by the same name, sharing her financial expertise. You've likely seen her on CNBC, Fox News, and Bloomberg TV, offering insights on market and the economy. We're thrilled to dive into her wealth of knowledge. Please welcome to the show, Cassandra Torian.
Hello.
Hi, Cassandra. How are
Hi.
you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm totally fine. It's so nice. It's a great day, and it's also a pleasure having you here in the podcast.
I'm happy to be here.
Yeah. So I'm so excited to know about you and how you've been such great things and amazing things in your business. But first, I always ask this question to my guest as a starter. So, what is your favorite comfort food after a long day of working on your business?
Oh, geez. I don't know if it's a food. It's probably some sort of cocktail at that point. If I'm working on a
That
long
is
day in
totally
my
fine.
business, probably just a, a martini or something like that.
That is amazing. Yeah, it's totally fine. That's something comforting.
Right.
It's a comfort drink. Love that. Love that. All right. So I guess a martini helped you a lot with all of the the things that you have worked with your
Doesn't
business.
happen often, but
Yeah. Yeah, I totally agree. And yeah, it's so fun. And now let's dive right in, Cassandra, with getting to know you more and your business. So can you walk us through on a little bit of history on how you started your business and what made you decide to, just take this path in the finance industry?
well, gosh. So I started out in the finance industry when I was pretty young. I was interested in the stock market when I was still in high school, maybe even before that. And so, not to bore anybody, but that was the career path I chose. I ended up as a equity analyst, research analyst to follow stocks for a couple of firms, and then basically decided to go out on my own and was part of a group that started basically a boutique investment bank. And when I was doing that, people would ask me if I would invest their money for them. And so I sort of got started in that by happenstance. And essentially, that became the basis for an investment firm that I spun out from there and ran for 17 years that I sold last year, a little more than a year ago at this point, actually. And which had always been my goal was to, start it, build it, and sell it. And but I have been an entrepreneur my entire career, doing other things as well, and really found that, until I was finished with that chapter, I couldn't really pursue some of the other things that I was interested in. So the last couple of years, I had really gotten more interested in um, really blockchain and fintech, and basically went back to school and did a boot camp to learn how to do Python coding so I could understand what it was all about. Not that I wanted to be a coder, but I wanted to understand it. And with that, I finally understood that technology had reached a point where some of the ideas I had could actually be implemented now. And so I launched firsthand research about a year ago, actually, and hired a full stack developer to help me start working on our first tool. We'll call it a SaaS, software as a service application geared towards consumers. And the overlying sort of umbrella of the whole idea is to bring direct factual information to consumers in a variety of different industries, but do so in a way that's easy for them to understand and takes advantage of things like data visualization and AI. So we're close to a, let's call it, beta version of that app. In the meantime, we've been working on a couple of others as well, one of which is in the very fast growing sport of pickleball. And that app, called the official pickleball e-referee, actually is launching on the app stores within a couple of weeks. We're in beta testing right now. I'm really excited about it. And so basically, it's completely different than what I was doing before in managing money, but, in some ways similar because, running a company, particularly a young company, is a lot of the same skill sets no matter what it is.
I love that. Yeah, I love how you announce your beta testing here first. So you guys, you gotta try that. And also, I love how you mentioned that you went back to learning. It's really about continuous learning and ever growing, and and our society right now, and especially in even in different kinds of industries, it's ever evolving. It's so fast, like with the rise of AI, the rise of technology, and lots of things. So with a lot of things that you were doing right now, like you said, you were doing managing your company, and oh, hello, oopsie, hello, can you hear me? Continuing on my question earlier, so with the vast of things that you're doing, of course you can't do and build your company alone. So of course it comes with delegation, and of course being a wonderful client of Sphere Rocket. So since you are yeah, been working with Sphere Rocket, what was the thought process when you wanted to hire a virtual assistant, and what made you decide to really get one for your business? Yeah.
Sure. Well, I realized that there was a lot that needed to be done, and I'm used to having more infrastructure around me. since since I sold my business, I don't have a lot of assistants. I don't have a COO, a CFO, etc. And if I was gonna put all of this time and effort and money into developing all of this, I realized I needed to have some help. And so I didn't really know much about the VA world. I had kind of heard the term, but never really, looked into it too much until a friend told me about it. And I thought, well, let me give this a try. And yeah, I started off with getting two VAs specifically to help me with a variety of the social media stuff that I needed done to start building some level of audience before we launch anything. And then basically determined that I needed somebody else in who had some SEO skills, and then determined that I wanted somebody that had an understanding of numbers a little better, and because I really wanted to focus on, because our what we're doing is about facts and therefore numbers and data,
Yeah.
that infographics would be important for us to be able to showcase in a lot of our content. So I hired then. So I've got four of them at this point.
Mm.
Yeah,
Wow. So you got
yeah.
four social media, SEO specialists, and what are the other two?
Well, two folks really focus on the social media,
Mm.
and one focuses on the SEO, and the other focuses on really the infographics generation specifically. Yeah.
Oh, that's great. That's great. So they're really like helping you build your business and your team. So what was the big changes that you have seen and felt with your personal life and professional life since you have them?
Yeah, well, it's definitely taken some stress off of my shoulders, to know that, I can focus on other things, but also in order to, make sure that there's, a constant flow of content and social media. It would be so difficult. I mean, I was trying to do it all on my own for a few weeks there, and I was like, this is crazy. I can't live like this. Like, I cannot be married to social media content development. This is not productive for me building a company. And that's what made it really, obviously, that was the big decision, was, the time value quotient. And so, um, I think I feel good about the fact that, um, these are younger people that I'm employing, and, they're learning a lot, I think. And, I encourage them to learn and take courses, to, learn more skills. Um, because I think that's important. Like we talked about being, a lifelong learner. And if that's the way I am, then I wouldn't expect anybody that works with me to be any less than that. So that's kind of how I approach it.
Love that. That is so so great. And yeah, being having that stress get off of your shoulder and work on more important things that you can do on your business. So, Cassandra, on our for our listeners who are listening to us right now, who are also aspiring to achieve the level of success that you have, what is that number one piece of advice that you could give them?
Um, I would say that, if you've already started a business, um, don't try and do it all yourself, because unless you really want to be a complete solo entrepreneur, if you can afford to have help, then you should, because it'll just make you much more productive. Absolutely.
Love that. Thank you so much, Cassandra. And stay right there because after this commercial, we will be having our next segment.
Okay.
All right.
Overwhelmed with work? Well, meet your new partner from Sphere Rocket VA. In just a click, get matched with a virtual assistant who handles all the tedious tasks. No in-person hiring, no extra office gear, just easy online help from our recruitment team. It's like having an extra pair of hands minus the hassle. So ready to relax and see your work done just like magic? Choose Sphere Rocket VA and visit us at www.sphererocketva.com.
Okay, and we're back still here with Cassandra, and it's time for our lightning round. So, Cassandra, lightning round are just quick and fun questions. So,
Okay. All right.
okay, let's get it on. So,
Okay.
first question is, what is your favorite business book?
Hmm. I would have to say it wasn't really a business book, although it was more of an autobiography. And it was written by a guy that was very successful in business, but I learned a lot from it. And it's probably a book no one's ever heard of. It was called Threshold Resistance.
Ooh, that is
No, wait.
new to me as well.
Yeah, I think that was the name of it. And it was written by um, a guy that was a real estate developer. Um, and his name escapes me at the moment. No, it was Alfred Taubman was his name. And it's basically his autobiography.
Love
Yeah.
that. And next one is, who is your favorite influencer or coach?
I'm not sure I have anybody that I would consider my favorite influencer or coach. Maybe I'm a little too old for that. I don't know.
No worries, it's fine. You can be your own influencer or own coach.
Yeah.
Okay, and the next is favorite lead generation method.
Favorite lead generation method. I would say, well, probably television,
Wow,
TV ads.
love that.
Um, yeah, but not always, the most cost effective route for people. But I've used it over the years in my other business, and it was very effective.
So great. And next one is, what is your favorite Amazon purchase?
Hmm. My favorite Amazon purchase. Well, I like a certain toothpaste that is very difficult to find in the stores. It's called Marvis, and it's from Italy. And so I can buy it on Amazon.
Is it a whitening one? What's the effect on
No,
it?
it's just it's it comes in a variety of flavors that are really
Ooh.
strong, like a strong peppermint or a strong um, I don't know, wintergreen, but it doesn't have fluoride in it, and that's why I like it.
Ooh.
It doesn't have fluoride. I don't want to. I don't.
Yeah,
Fluoride is good for us, so yeah.
totally agree with that. That's so great. I might also search that on Amazon.
Uh-huh.
And last one is, one word to describe Sphere Rocket.
Hmm. Organized.
Love that.
Yeah.
Okay, love that. Thank you so much, Cassandra. And that is it for our episode for today. Do you have anything that you want to promote or give a shout out to?
No, like I said, we just launched our new official pickleball e-referee app, and we've got more coming down the pike soon. So if you are a pickleball player, check it out.
Love that. Yeah. So thank you so much, Cassandra, for joining us today. It's been a pleasure having you here in the podcast, and I wish you continued success in your endeavors.
Well, thank you very
And
much.
that's all. Yeah, thank you. And there you have it, friends. I hope you learned from this episode as much as I do. And don't forget to leave a comment on And hit that subscribe button so you will never miss a single episode. And again, my name is Sweet. And until next time, stay inspired and keep building those spheres of success. Bye.
Feeling overwhelmed by your business tasks? Well, it's time to step up your game. Visit www.sphererocketva.com and get a virtual assistant from us at Sphere Rocket VA. Streamline your business operations and focus on what really matters.